Right, Tina koutou katoa. I think today is actually quite a special day, and you might say, well, why? And I think the why is because there's lots of research inquiry that's going to affect our topic of the day, and I think the fruits that are starting to come out of that research are relatively clear, relatively straightforward, but they are also very challenging. And I think they will help to underline some of the whys that we maybe have in our health care. Why are these vulnerable populations not engaging with us? Because we've got all the tricks and tools, and other such attitudes that we might have or might have had. And I really think, having seen some of the fruits of that research, that it really is going to be quite a stimulating start to a day and quite challenging. In some ways, maybe only scratching the vulnerable population story all told, because it is far wider. All sorts of ethnicities within New Zealand, the refugee challenge, and how is that distributed through the country very disparately. It's not unreasonable that today we've got a particular focus on Maori, and I give no apology for that at all, and it's a really good kickstart because of the research findings that will start to be presented today. What's on the next slide there, Joe? A definition. So perhaps we could agree that this is the rough definition of a vulnerable population. And we could see that we would like to see palliative care more broadly accessed and applied across these vulnerable groups. And next, what have we got? A slide that demonstrates probably a number of things. Certainly pertains to the context whereby we speak today. So the blue line represents Caucasian New Zealanders, mixed bag, but nonetheless perhaps demonstrating what most of we Pākehā expect, that is to live a long and ripe old age and go a bit demented and pop our clogs. I want no comments about either my age or my... certainly not my cogs. And the Asians, you see they are, and that Asian population may represent a younger population, but certainly towards the end of their life, maybe their healthy diets, maybe they haven't quite got into the McDonald's and KFC mentality, and still keeping a healthy diet to make them even more aged at the end of life, but kind of paralleling the blue line to some extent. But Maori Pacific dying early and a higher mortality in the 30s, starting in the 30s rather than maybe the later 40s for the New Zealand Caucasian, and not having that rise into ripe old age that is the expectation of the New Zealand Caucasian. So something ain't right there, and we're kind of aware that there are a number of issues that lurk in there. Our next slide, I thought was rather cool, really. I don't know if this is the Christchurch field that was dealt to by the earthquake, but certainly there are uneven playing fields, and I hope our research teams can recognise the analogy here from some of the work that is starting to uncover some of this uneven playing field that we talk about a lot. And I think we'll let the research speak for itself. First up today, we've got culturally appropriate end-of-life care for Maori. This is a significant research grant from the Health Research Council and the cancer team at Ministry of Health, and our own local stars from Massey University, Leslie Batten, Senior Researcher, and Maureen Holdaway, Associate Director, both of the Research Centre for Maori Health and Development at Massey University. And they're involved in a number of Maori health and cancer studies, and of course, priority on their list is the one that they'll be presenting today. And we look forward to some of the early findings from that bit of research. Leslie and Maureen, can we invite you forward? Warm welcome.